Hi everyone, in this video we are going to solve a problem. The name is maximum ice cream bar and the question number is 1833. So first of all let's understand this problem, then we will move to the logic part and after that we will implement our logic. Alright guys, so now let's see what this problem say. It is a sweltering summer day and a boy want to buy some ice cream bar. Okay, at the store there are n ice cream bar. You are given an array cost of length n. That means we are given an array, the length of an array will be n and the name will be cost. Okay, where cost of I is price of ith ice cream bar in coin. So let's create an array first of all. I'm going to take this array 1, 3, 2, 4 and 1. So guys, inside of this array we have some value, right? So this value is nothing, the cost of that particular index ice cream bar. So this is the index 0, this is 1 and this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, right? So we can say that this 1 is the cost of this 0 ice cream bar, 3 is the cost of first ice cream bar, 2 is the cost of second ice cream bar, right? Now guys, it says that the boy initially has some coin to spend and he want to buy as many ice cream bar as possible. So we are given with some coin as well. You can see in this question we have 7. So let me write a coin is equal to 7. Fine. Return the maximum number of ice cream bars the boy can buy with the coin. Now we have to tell that how many maximum ice cream bar that particular boy can buy with this 7 coin. So far so good. Now guys, we are given with one more note. The note say the boy can buy the ice cream bar in any order. So let me change the color and let me tell you what does this meaning. So guys, it's not necessary that boy start buying the ice cream bar from this starting position and it will go sequentially. No, he can buy the ice cream bar from the last position. He can buy from the starting position. He can buy in the middle position. There is no fixed order, right? Now we have to tell the maximum ice cream bar he can buy with this 7 coin. So see guys, I will not say this is a medium level problem. It is more easy than easy level problem. You will get to know once you know the logic. See guys, if I buy this particular ice cream bar, so I will say my coin will decrement by 4. So now my coin is nothing but 3. But I have bought one ice cream bar. So I can say my bar is nothing, ice cream bar is nothing. 1 and coin left is 3. If I buy this one, so you can see guys, I have now 2 bar ice cream bar, but now my coin is nothing but 0. I can't buy any single ice cream bar. But guys, if I take another way, let me move all this. If I start buying from minimum one who has a minimum cost that is 1, so I can say if I take this one then I am left with 6 coin and I have 1 bar, right? And the next minimum one is 1. So we can buy this fourth index ice cream bar and we are left with now 5 coin, right? And the bar is nothing but 2 now. And we are left with 5 coin, that means we can buy the ice cream bar which has amount less than or equal to 5. So now guys, you can see the next minimum one is nothing but 2, second index ice cream bar. So we can buy this one as well and we are left with nothing but 3 coin, right? So let me write 3 and we have now 3 bar. Now guys, we have 3 coin, that means I can buy the bar that has the cost less than or equal to 3, right? So I can't buy this one, but I can buy this one. First index ice cream bar which has the cost 3. So I can say now I have 0 coin because 3 minus 3 is nothing but 0, but I have bought 4 ice cream bar. So that's why I have answer 4. I hope you understood this. This is the simple logic. We have to just start buying the ice cream bar from the minimum one. So how we can get the minimum ice cream bar at the first? By sorting, we can get a minimum ice cream bar. If you don't know what sorting, that means we are arranging our data in an array in an increasing order. So this will look like this: 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4 after sorting, right? So we can start iterating over this and we can say the first coin is nothing but 7, right? We have initially 7 amount. Let me mention index as well. So let me take another color and I'm going to mention here index 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fine. So guys, now we are at 0 index. So I will say the subtract 1 from this 7. So I can say now my coin is nothing but 6. We have subtracted 1 and I have bought 1 bar, right? Okay, now we will move to the next citation and this has also cost 1, right? So we can subtract 1 from 6. We are left with 5 and we have bought now 2 ice cream bar, right? Okay, now we will move to the next citation. This has cost 2. So we can subtract our 5 by 2. So I have 3 now, but I have bought 3 ice cream bar. Now we will move to the next citation. This has the amount 3. So we can subtract 3 and now we are left with 0 and we have bought the 4 ice cream bar right now, right? Now we will move to the next citation and we can say here is the cost 4. So we'll subtract 4 from 0. Now we are left with minus 4. Now guys, as soon as you are left with a value which is negative, means less than 0, you can say return this particular thing, return 4. And this 4 is nothing guys, the iteration. This is index value, right? So we can return that particular index value which will tell the length of our current array till that particular index. So here we can't take this 4 value, but these 4 values tell that we have taken already 4 items. So we can see that we have taken already 4 ice cream bar. So we are going to return that particular index. I hope you understood this. So if you didn't understood, then let's understand this example. So we have this array 10, 6, 8, 7 and 7 and 8, right? This is not in an increasing order. So we can write in increasing order. We can say 6, 7, 7, 8, 8 and 10. We will start iterating from 0 index. So we can say I am at 0 index and I have value 6. I am going to subtract my coin from this index value. So my coin was 5, right? In this question, you can see that. So I will subtract 6. So I will subtract 5 minus 6 is nothing, guys. Minus 1. So guys, you can see that minus 1 is a negative value. So we are going to return that particular index value, that is 0. So I have answer 0. That means I can't buy a single ice cream bar because I have a coin that is 5, but the minimum coin we need to take at least one ice cream bar is 6. So that's how we can solve this particular problem. Now guys, let's see the third example. Here we have this ice cream bar array. So we have a lights 1, 6, 3, 1. Let me move and let me write in sorted order initially. So I'm going to say 1, 1, 2, 3, and 5 and 6, right? And I have a coin 20. Now guys, if you notice that we can buy all the ice cream bar, still we are left with 2 coin. So we can say that we need to spend only 18 coin to buy all the ice cream bar. So whenever we are completing our loop, means can buy all the ice cream bar, we are going to return the length of our cost. That is nothing but 6. So here guys, you can see that we are having answer 6. So that's how you can solve this particular example. And I believe by now you must know the logic, but still let's discuss. So I'm going to say logic. And here guys, the logic is nothing but sorted, right? Once we sorted it, we are going to traverse from 0 next till the length of the cost. And on each every iteration, we are going to subtract our coin. So we'll say subtract coin minus equal to the cost of I. Fine. And whenever we quote a coin is negative, that means coin is nothing but less than 0. So let me write coin. If it is less than 0, that means you can return that particular I. And guys, if we successfully completed our loop, means we didn't face this condition, then we can return the length of our cost. So return length of cost. So that is the simple logic, guys. I believe you understood this, and that's why I was saying that this is an easy problem, not a medium level problem. So now let's move to the code and see how we can implement this particular logic. Now guys, first of all, we are going to sort our cost array. So we will say cost.sort. All right. Once it's sorted in increasing order, we are going to traverse this particular array. We are going to say for I in range length of cost. Let me write cost. All right. Now guys, once we are traversing this array, on every iteration, we have to subtract the cost of that particular index from our coin, right? So we are going to say coin minus equal to cost of I. That's how we can subtract, right? Now once we're subtracting it, we have to check as well. If we are getting a value less than 0, if coin is now become over less than 0, we can't add that particular cost, right? So we can say return that particular I. This I will tell us the length of our array till that particular iteration. So we are going to return I. Now guys, if we buy all the ice cream bars, then what we have to do? We have to return the length of our array, right? So we can return length of cost. Now let's quickly run this and see whether it's working fine or not. You guys can see that I got 3 test cases which are passed. So now guys, let's submit this. And here you go. You can see that it's successfully accepted, right? So guys, that's all in this video. We have seen the logic, we have seen the implementation part. So if you learned something new in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Meet you in the next video.